US President Barack Obama said it appeared the suspect who tried to bomb a Detroit-bound plane over Christmas was a member of Al-Qaeda and had been trained and equipped by the Islamic militant network.
Defending his administration counter-terrorism efforts amid scathing Republican criticism, Obama said he received preliminary results of the reviews he ordered into air travel screening procedures and a terrorist watch list system and expected final results in the days to come. Obama, who is on vacation in Hawaii, had called off an immediate study of what he termed human and systematic failures that allowed 23-year-old Nigerian Umar Farouk to get on a Northwest Airlines flight from Amsterdam to Detroit on December 25th, illegally with explosives in his clothes. The president's comments were his most explicit to date, trying the suspect with the Al-Qaeda group. Republicans have accused Obama, a Democrat, of mishandling the incident and not doing enough to prevent attacks on the United States. Appealing on the defense, Obama used much of his address to outline his administration's actions to keep the country safe, including withdrawing troops from Iraq, boosting troop levels in Afghanistan, and strengthening ties with Yemen, where the suspect spent time before the attack. Obama has summoned U.S. intelligence chiefs to a meeting next week at the White House to discuss how to prevent a repeat of the attempted airplane bombing.
The Colombian military, under the leadership of President Alvaro Uribe, deals a severe blow to the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia after bombarding a rebel camp while the guerrillas were ushering in the new year. More than 20 Colombian FARC rebels were killed early on Friday when the country's Air Force bombed a southern jungle camp where dozens of guerrillas were clandestinely celebrating the New Year, officials said. The bombardment took place in the province of Meta, an area used by the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia, or FARC, to produce the cocaine that funds its decades-old war. Grieving relatives and mourning villagers attended mass funerals yesterday for victims of a suicide bombing in northwest Pakistan. Pakistan's government came under renewed pressure to bring stability to the country after the bomb, one of the worst attacks in more than 2 years, which killed at least 89 people. Heavy snow hit Beijing, blanketing the city's roads and buildings. The snowfall on the last day of the country's New Year long weekend cast an unusual quiet over normally busy streets as people stayed out of the freezing weather.
元旦过后上班的第一天，也就是4号凌晨，气温可能会降至-14度，而5号气。
Many local and foreign tourists observed a leatherback turtle laying eggs on a beach in Pangna province. The turtle, estimated to be about 40 years old and weighing about 300 kilograms, laid 113 eggs on the Thai Muang beach.
We now have Birendra in our studio with sports news. Good evening, Birendra.
Good evening, Senani. Good evening, Senani. Tommy Robredo proved size is not everything in tennis, cutting towering American John Isner down to size to give Spain victory in their opening Hopman Cup encounter today. Maria Jose Martinez Sanchez put the two times champions ahead with a 6-4, 6-4 win over teenager Melanie Audin, and Robredo beat the 6'9" Isner 6-7, 6-3, 6. The Spaniards then teamed up to win the mixed doubles 6-4, 7-5 to complete a 3-nail whitewash. Isner smashed down 16 aces, but Robredo's greater all-round ability eventually proved the difference between the two. The Spaniard broke once in the second set to level the match, but the decider was nip and tuck until the time break, which Robredo punched 7-5. Experience and variety were the key factors as Martinez Sanchez saw off 18-year-old Audin, a quarter-finalist at the US Open in September. Audin was guilty of making too many mistakes on her forehand, and Martinez Sanchez took full advantage. The left-hander used her serve to great effect and mixed serve and volley with some deft touch to leave Audin looking a little ragged. Martinez Sanchez did not face the break point until she served for the match at 5-2. When Audien suddenly lifted her game to break back after holding serve, she then had a chance to break back for 5-5. But Martinez Sanchez held on and sealed the victory with a volley at full stretch. That's it from the world of sports tonight. Back to the main desk.
Enjoy the news, this summary. The President assures that he will never allow anyone to harm the confidence kept by the people on him. Pension payment entitlements are to be granted to state banks, corporations, statutory boards and private sector employees. The Sri Lanka Army says that the retired Army commander was the chairman of the tender board during the period of awarding weapons tender to his son-in-law. More than 20 Colombian FARC rebels have been killed when the country's Air Force bombarded a southern jungle camp. With that, we conclude our night's news bulletin together with Senani and Durendra. Wish you a very pleasant night. Good night.